Nickelodeon. This word surely brings back a whole bunch of nostalgic memories, doesn't it? Fortunately, that's the topic of our discussion today. So without any further ado, let's take a look at 5 Nickelodeon crossovers that you may have forgotten. Number 5. All That and Kenan Kel. The first in the list would go to our 90s crossover classic. Before Kenan Kel was a popular Nickelodeon show, it was actually a segment on All That, Nickelodeon's sketch comedy show that ran from 1994 to 2000. The segment, which paired Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell as good old boys from Mississippi, was actually created when the two were in community theater together as kids. The segment became so popular that Nickelodeon eventually decided to make it into a full-blown show, and that, dear readers, is how one of the most beloved Nickelodeon crossovers came to be. All That and Kenan Kel ran concurrently for 2 years before both shows came to an end. Both shows are fondly remembered by 90s kids and have been credited with introducing many people to comedy early on. Both shows are great examples of Nickelodeon's willingness to take chances on new and different types of programming. All That and Kenan Kel proved that two shows can come from separate segments on the same show and still be wildly successful in their own right. Number 4. Rugrats Go Wild. Rugrats Go Wild is a 2003 American animated crossover comedy film of Klasky Csupo's TV animated series Rugrats and the Wild Thornberrys. This film was the third and final film created for the Rugrats franchise, as well as the second and final animated film for the Wild Thornberrys that was released in theaters in 2003. The family vacation gone wrong gets very interesting when the Rugrats and their parents end up stranded on an island and run into none other than the Wild Thornberrys. One of the most enjoyable moments in the movie has to be that scene when Angelica and Debbie have a bonding moment jamming out to Should I Stay or Should I Go while recklessly driving through the jungle. Number 3. iCarly and Victorious. When iCarly and Victorious crossed over in 2012, it was after quite a long time the two Nickelodeon shows had crossed. The episode that saw Carly Shay and Sam Puckett go to Hollywood to visit their friend Tori was a huge success for both shows. Fans loved the episode, and the cast of both shows were thrilled to have had a chance to work together. This was such a success that it led to a second crossover between the iCarly and Victorious cast. In this episode, we see Carly, Sam, and Tori visit London to celebrate Carly's birthday. This episode was a huge hit, proving that Nickelodeon had not lost its willingness to combine its shows. The crossover episode also proved that Nickelodeon was willing to go beyond to create great programming. This special episode was filmed at both sets in separate cities, Los Angeles and Vancouver. It was a huge undertaking, but Nickelodeon was willing to do whatever it took to make fans happy. Number 2. Drake and Josh and Zoey 101, Nickelodeon's Teen Titans. Drake and Josh and Zoey 101 were two very different shows that aired on Nickelodeon at different times. However, the two shows crossed over in 2008, becoming the first two shows on the network to do so. The episodes brought together Drake and Josh's Josh Peck and Zoey 101's Andrea Parker, and it was a huge hit with fans. The episode, in which Drake and Josh try to hit on girls at a museum, was a creative and unique take on crossover episodes. That being said, it was a huge risk for the channel since both shows came from very different parts of the network. The Drake and Josh and Zoey 101 crossover episode proved that the channel was willing to take a chance on uniting their two most popular shows at the time. The episode led to a spin-off show, iCarly, and 2 more episodes. The two shows' crossover episode was such a huge hit, Nickelodeon took a chance on uniting 2 of their most popular shows, and it paid off. Number 1. The Fairly Odd Parents and the Adventures of Jimmy Neutron. The Fairly Odd Parents and the Adventures of Jimmy Neutron may have been cartoons, but they were still 2 very different shows. Nevertheless, in 2001, when the 2 shows were still on the air, they crossed over and proved that cartoons are willing to cross over as well. The special episode, which came about after Nickelodeon approached Butch Hartman about the crossover, saw Jimmy Neutron and Timmy Turner go to Retroland to battle evil robots. The crossover episode was such a huge hit that the two shows crossed over again in 2002 with a follow-up episode. This time, Jimmy Neutron and Timmy Turner went to the future to battle robots there. The episode was such a huge hit that Nickelodeon decided to make another special between the two shows. The special, which aired in 2002, featured Mark Hamill as the voice of both Dr. Retro and Professor Retro. The crossover special proved that cartoons, like live-action shows, are willing to cross over for the enjoyment of their viewers. A crossover episode is a unique experience for both fans and actors. It gives viewers a deeper look into the lives of their favorite characters and expands upon the fictional worlds that we love so much. In addition, such episodes give them a chance to see their favorite characters interact and learn more about each other's lives. They also provide a chance for networks to collaborate with each other, which can lead to the creation of new and exciting shows.